It's understandable. Food is art as well. And so it's easy for you to say this is the kitchen. Yes, the kitchen of art.
Art is going on everywhere, right?
Oh, wow. It's time for us to talk art display. And I'm really looking forward to today's conversation because it's more or less like having a conversation with a veteran. We have a visual artist, Comrade Aminu Mistura Adishola. She's an instructor at the Government Technical College, Adosoba, under last verb. Yeah, so it's so good to have you in the studio with us.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. So I wanted to talk about your being an instructor.
Yes.
Was that something you had always wanted to do as from a young person, from a young age, or was it when you got to school you figured, okay, I could probably do better than my lecturers in instructing? What exactly made you decide to be an instructor in art?
There are some professions in life that if it's a calling, you have no choice. You just find your way to it. Actually, I can say teaching is a calling for me, just like arts. I've been teaching right from when I passed out of my secondary school.
Oh, wow.
I taught in adult education, that's at Mafuluku, that's a community primary school. It's inside the same compound with Ajibulu Primary School in Mafuluku because I grew up in Mafuluku.
Okay.
So I taught adult education for some time. Then later, I found myself working for some private schools as, nursery teacher. Then I was so good with children.
Oh.
I didn't know I was going to end up a teacher. Wow. And then I used to tell myself that I don't want to teach, I don't want to teach. But I ended up being a teacher.
A teacher.
Yes.
It's funny how the things we say we don't want to do.
Yes, exactly.
We end up
exactly.
doing.
And actually, I love being an instructor.
Ah.
Yes.
Wow. And the instructor part is actually something I find really exciting because it's one thing to be an artist, it's another thing to be able to impart the knowledge you have
exactly.
to someone else.
Exactly.
And so talking about you as an artist, you are a visual artist, yes. A graphic artist as well.
Exactly.
What exactly differentiates the visual part from the graphic part? Okay.
Visual arts is about those arts that you see physically. Those ones that you can see, feel, and touch. And then apply that. That's those ones that are, implied. You don't feel them, you don't see them. It's like talking about drama now. Drama, you watch people presenting the drama, but you cannot handle the drama, you cannot touch it.
You can't touch it, yes.
So but art is physical. If I have a painting now, you see the painting, you touch it. You have your own impression of it. You interpret it your own way. I may have my own, idea when I was making the art piece. But by the time I finished, the art communicates with people and, they form their own opinion of it.
So the different things you do, see, for example, we have seen on the screen your artworks as well.
Okay.
You're into artworks, you're into bead making, you're into cosmetics. The artwork, for example, you even drop portraits as well.
Yes.
That's one on the screen right now. Now, what inspires your creations?
Like I told you, it has always been a part of me. And my mother discovered that I was good in drawing when I was in primary 2. Oh, wow. There was a day they gave us an assignment in school that we should draw the map of Nigeria. I drew it and I brought it home. She said, no, you're not the one that drew this. I said, I'm the one. She said, no. So I had to draw another one in her presence. And then she started teaching me. She was not that educated. I think she had standard 6 or so. She's late now. She died when I was in primary 5.
Oh, wow. So between that time, wow, just 3 years. Oh, okay.
So she started teaching me how to draw tree because she saw that when I draw tree, I'll be putting the leaf one by one. Then she was the one that told me that, no, you don't put the leaf one by one, that you just imply it and it will form the impression. So I think if she had had the opportunity of being educated, she would have
also
been an artist.
Oh.
So I want to believe I took the inspiration from her because I've been drawing, I've been painting even before I went for the course. So I studied fine and applied that.
It was by choice?
It was by choice.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Now let's talk about this arts works you have here. I find it interesting when people bring things that we take for granted, like clothing, you know, bags and stuff, because we just see it as fashion items, forgetting that it's somebody's work of art, so to speak, because somebody created an idea of what they wanted in their minds and they brought it to bear. And that's what you appreciate as beauty. So I'm wondering what the story is behind everything on this table, every artwork here. Starting from this bag, it's beautiful. That's the word I can use for it. I love the colors. The brown works for me perfectly. It's just a lovely piece. What's the story behind it?
Okay. Being a bead maker is another story entirely. Because the opportunity was given to me by my principal, my then principal, Mr. Jagun Saliu. My course was taken away from our school. You know, we stopped offering graphic arts as at that time. So I was put into, you know, the general education department. But I felt I was being underutilized. So I told him that I wanted to do something on, you know, craft. And he encouraged me. He gave me the opportunity to study, you know, bead making, hat making, and macram stuff. So it was while I was at the, you know, institute, that's all the skill acquisition center created by Governor Fashola then. This one was at Shibiri. So it was while I was there that I started learning matting, you know, matting, this table mat.
Yes, the table mat is
Yes,
lovely.
it's matting.
My goodness.
So even this bag now is also matting. It's matting. So my instructor taught me how to make all this stuff. Then I developed my own idea. Being an artist, I put creativity into it, and I made all this.
So on average, how long does it take you to make one art or one of these? Say, for example, that necklace, which, by the way, is gorgeous, if you ask me. How long does it take?
3 days because I'm a busy person.
3 days because you're a busy person. So this is a hobby for you?
It's like a second, you know,
source of income.
Yes, I have so many sources of income anyway.
Oh.
Like you said.
Because I know you're also into cosmetics, which is another form of art.
Yes. The thing about me is that being a creative person, once I've learned something and, you know, I feel I've mastered it, I move on to another thing. It's not only this that I do. I also produce paints.
Wow.
Yes, I produce paints. I do a lot of other things. Like we were talking about spices the other time.
Yeah.
I've also learned about how to make different types of
spices. I think for me, I would say that for creative people, there's no limits.
Exactly.
And it actually is represented by you. Thank you so much for your time, Comrade Adeshola. It's been quite an interesting conversation.
Thank you.
And thank you too. Wake Up Nigeria has reached the top of the hour. We're still going 45 minutes more. Just stay with us. We'll be right back.